Vamps, vamps, and more vamps. So many vamps, I've got the cramps. I'm Sam.
Well, that's the worst Van Helsing I've ever seen. I'm Justin, and this is Night Hunter on Sneaker Madness.
What's that smell?
I don't know about you, but I'm thirsty as fuck. Thirsty as fuck.
Hey, look at these!
Thrill me.
If you come back in here, I'm gonna hit you with so many rights, you're gonna beg for a left.
Thrill me.
Beg for a left.
Thrill me.
Hey, look at these!
No more hangers!
It stinks.
Hangers!
Get to the chopper! Sneaker Madness.
Hello and welcome to Sneaker Madness, the podcast about bad movies for bad movie lovers by bad movie lovers. I am your this week's host, Justin. If you don't remember who I am, it was just about a month ago that I was on this show regularly. Jackie's not here. It's a weird story, but we sent our child to our grandparents. Well, not really. He volunteered. And so I said to Sam, hey, I want to be on the show. And then last night, while Jackie was sloshed, she said, I want to be on the show too, and then failed to get out of bed. So here's where we are. Hi, Sam.
Yeah. Hello. And I don't blame her. I had a rough time getting up as early as we got up to today.
Yeah.
We're recording easily 4 hours before we usually record, so
Yeah.
it's early rise. I had 2 Endurolane energy drinks today.
Damn.
That's like way too many.
Yeah. I'm concerned about the condition of your heart right now.
I did chase it with a full 64 ounces of water, so I'm not going. It's not going to burst.
Okay, all right.
I won't hemorrhage.
Your kidneys might pop though, like little popcorns.
Oh, that's already happened. I've just rigged one of those robot vacuum cleaners to follow me around like a small dialysis machine.
Right. A Zumba with a hose that bolts onto your wiener. And at first you were like, yeah, I'm doing this for science. And then you were like, no, I'm not.
Yeah. They're like, that helps with your kidneys? And I'm like, kidneys, what? Shut up and let this robot give me a blowjob.
Oh, I think we could have let that. That was two. We had it nice and subtly implied there, Sam. And then you're just like, the robot's sucking my dick. I don't know if you guys got that at home, but it's a blowjob machine.
Yeah, I'm sure you've tried this with a regular vacuum cleaner, but these robot vacuums are even better.
I like the one that talks too. Suction complete. Bleep, 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 bleep. It makes me feel a little bit more more connected with the vacuum. It's like
it has a red alert. Hard clog. You're right, that's a hard clog.
Now look me in the eyes, vacuum. All right. So that's the setup. Sam, can you tell us anything about 1995's Night Hunter starring Dawn the Dragon Wilson?
Well, it was made before Blade, and it's basically the exact same fucking thing.
Yeah. Except for Blade kicks ass at killing vampires. Dawn the Dragon Wilson's Jack Cutter is like the least prepared vampire hunter. He's got instruments of death that clearly don't work.
No, but the vampires suck pretty bad.
Yeah, they suck.
So
also.
He doesn't need to be Blade. This is like a couple years of 3 years before The Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
But there's some people that are like, oh, The Matrix and Blade steal from this. Like, no, Blade has better source material than this.
Right.
But it's not this. They're all just stealing from Anne Rice bullshit, right?
Yeah.
That's what's happening. They're all just stealing from Anne Rice bullshit.
And also the 90s. I mean, just everything in the 90s was this.
Well, wasn't that what Anne Rice was? Was edgy, sexy 90s, and then vampires.
Right.
Like, she's to blame for all of this. Right. And if you like it, that's fine. Just read more Anne Rice. I guess it's good. I don't know. Popular enough.
Jackie read an Anne Rice book not very long ago, and she said that 50 Shades has nothing on this shit. Like, it was like very misogynistic and lots of, I mean, what's the female version of misogyny? Or like misogyny where you're like a real jerk, but then you want to get your balls stepped on, like that sort of thing. Like, there was some ball stepping ons.
Well, I think you're a masochist if you like your balls stepped on, and a sadist if you like stepping on balls.
Yeah,
That's
but
how that goes, right?
You were also the misogynist at the same time. Like, hey, bitch, you don't deserve equal pay, but come over here and step on my balls, because that's your job.
There ain't no road across my balls that gets to the kitchen or the laundry room, so off-road it on these balls.
Exactly. Like, what the fuck? She didn't like it.
I wouldn't imagine.
Yeah, she said Anne Rice sucks. So, I don't know if the ball stepping on translated into the original script of this movie or not, but here we are.
Yeah. I don't know. Other than that, like, Don Wilson produces this.
Mm-hmm. Was he a big deal at this point in the 90s?
Was he a big deal ever? The answer is no.
Yeah, right.
So, like, it's odd that this is his first appearance, because I would have guessed one of us would have eventually picked Blood Fist.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's his friend. He's in every Blood Fist, like up to 17 or however many Blood Fists there are. Mm-hmm. Blood Fist 5. This time, the blood is really fisty. But outside of Blood Fist, he's just sort of in stuff here and there. I always remember people like when in martial arts circles, like, oh yeah, Don the Dragon Wilson. And you're like, okay, yeah, I remember his name a little bit better than some of these other guys, but what did he do besides Blood Fist? And the answer is nothing.
Yeah, right.
And he was a good kickboxer, I guess, but, you know, half of them were.
Yeah, how come he
wasn't?
Right,
Oliver Gruner was a real-life commando, so I guess he's got nothing on him. I remember Oliver Gruner's name better.
Right, yeah, Cynthia Rothrock was great at that ribbon gymnastics.
Yeah, rhythmic gymnastics. Yeah. Let's discount all of it.
Chuck Norris won the baking competition, the Great British Baking Competition, so that was big.
We should do something to help him, because he doesn't have a snappy, like Don the Dragon Wilson. Yeah, the dragon helps you remember, but he needs a like shortening and freshening up of his name. We can help with that. I've got a couple here
of Don or Chuck Norris,
because DDW just doesn't roll off the tongue.
Right, yeah. Don the D. That's what I sent you. Don the D.
Don the D. That's okay. We could Don the D. I like that. I was also thinking W. Hey, did you guys catch that W movie last week that was on Channel 5.2 at noon?
The one that was directed by Oliver Stone? I didn't like that movie at all. No, not W. W.
Yeah. Or W.
Yeah.
Like,
you know, guys.
Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Yeah, right. Pee-wee. Compy.
But yeah, that's what there is on this movie.
Okay, yeah.
As far as I know, I mean, interesting stuff. Yeah, it's Anne Rice bullshit.
Yeah,
but it's also sort of like right at that bad point where editors were getting like somebody saw something edited well, and then every shitty producer's like, more editing. I saw a movie that had more editing. Give it some more editing. They added camera shake into this that made me almost barf.
Punch cam. I'd never seen punch cam before. And this you're right. This, at first, the untrained viewer might think, man, that guy's shaking the camera. That's not what they did. They shook the frame in post.
Yeah.
What the fuck? It looks terrible.
It looks terrible.
And at first I was like, oh, okay, they're trying to like dub out some of the bad action that they're doing, you know, like missed punches and things of that nature. But then I'm like, wait, no, are they trying to time the shaking of the frame to impacts of people punching each other? Because that would almost be something. But then I realized, no, anytime action happens, they're just sticking that goddamn frame in the blender because that's art.
Just shake it more, shake it more.
Right.
You probably, as an editor, like tried some valiant attempts at very skillful additions in movement to this that were subtle. The problem is that you're getting paid by a monkey that's just going, shake it more, more shake, until finally you're like, is this what you want? And you do the worst thing that you can possibly imagine. And they're like, yeah.
Okay, I've got it figured out. I traveled back in time and went to where they were editing this. And here's what happened. Inside the studio, because this is 1995, there was another guy there who was the intern. And he wasn't working very hard, and he had just got Duke Nukem 3D. And so he's going to the part with the strippers and paying them money, and Duke is just saying, shake it, baby. And so the editor's like, okay, I will.
I will shake it, baby.
It's just a byproduct of working from home early on in 1995. This is a landmark film, Sam, for what a life would look like for us in 2020.
Yeah, there's also another explanation. There's like some studios in between where porn gets shot and where big movies get shot, and cocaine.
Yeah.
That's the answer. That's what happened here.
Night Hunter, a DTV movie. Who knew that it was going to be such a, what's that group? AMC, not AMC, the top 100. God damn it. What is
AFI.
AFI, yeah. AFI should at least toss an honorable mention to Night Hunter as being so influential. The only other last point that I want to put on this film is it's very 90s DTV. I mean, like, you could, if you took the karate out of this, you could easily replace Don the Dragon Wilson, with like Jeff Fahey or James Remar. You know what I mean? It's just got that feel to it.
This was a shelf space, and that shelf space got filled by Don the Dragon Wilson, and so there was a little bit of kung fu ended up in this Anne Rice shelf space.
Yeah, exactly. Like who's available? Well, Jeff Fahey's shooting a shirtless softcore porn. Wait, Jeff Fahey's doing what? Yeah, he's doing that now. And James Remar is again playing a bad guy. Who else we got? Dawn. All right, well, let's rewrite the script so that they're karate vampires.
Yeah.
And we don't even have to rewrite the script. Just throw in some karate.
Who else can we get? Don the Dragon Wilson. Anybody else? Art Matrino. We're going with Don.
Right?
Have you heard his new nickname? It's Dubba Dubba W.
Dubba W. All right, I think we should get into this, Sam. It starts out with stuff my son drew.
I was being nicer. I wrote down sketches of the occult.
Right. It's very like, wow, great stuff here. I mean, this is cool, I guess, but some of it really looks like that kid that a month ago was drawing the Van Halen logo on his notebook, and now he's like, dude, Megadeth is so sweet. I'm going to start drawing this crap.
Yeah, I think he saw a Ministry t-shirt,
Right?
and he's like, Ministry, that band's badass, right? And you go around for years thinking that Ministry's badass, and you draw pictures like this, and then somebody plays you a Ministry album, and you're like, this shit sucks. My whole life is a lie.
What were you thinking? Yeah, so anyways, this stuff is pictures of this notebook that he has that we'll get into later. But it starts out in March of 1968 with little Don's parents' house, the Asian family that has a very rundown farmhouse in, like, Nebraska.
It looks like a barn abandoned in a field in the desert or something. Like, it just doesn't make sense. It's just an artificial... It looks like a fake building in an artificial location.
Yeah, right. But I like the concept of these people living there is very strange to me because it looks like a farmhouse, but we find out that Jack Cutter's family line, they're Van Helsings. They've been hunting goddamn vampires for hundreds of years. Why live here?
I didn't think they were living there. I thought they were just like held up there on the run. They're always on the move hunting vampires. They can never stop.
Okay.
But they're going to try to, and they had the long span of gas or something. And so the next stop's a ways away. They got to stop here and hide from the vampires in a building that you couldn't hide from anything in.
Which is quite impossible, Sam, because they have got preparation in this house. There's a secret compartment where they can stash a kid-sized person and their secret book, Anne Frank style, with fake walls. They've got triple bolts on the front door. They didn't just randomly stumble upon this house. They've been here.
That sucks because they did all that work, but then like the south-facing windows busted out and not boarded up.
Right?
Like, what the fuck? Why even lock the door at all if there's a hole in the side of the house?
Well, why even lock the door? Yeah, that's a perfect point. I mean, you could go into like, wait, maybe these vampires have to play by the let the right one in rules and they have to be invited in because that is what happens later is they get invited in. But then why have locks on the doors?
I don't know.
The rule-
If you're gonna open the door and let them, I mean, yeah, it doesn't make any damn sense.
No, these vampires and these vampire hunters are, I don't understand the rules. So anyways, they lock up for the night. It's nighttime. That's when the vampires come out, I guess, even though they're out at day during the rest of the movie the whole time. And Sid bangs on the door and he's like, hey, remember that barbecue we had last week? I was your bro. Let me in. And they're like, we can't let him in. The vampires are out there and they'll let themselves in, even though our window's unlocked. I'm not real sure why we locked this door, but we can't let him in, right, honey? And Dad's like, no, Sid and I go way back. One time we smoked a joint and had a really deep conversation. That's my bro. Let him in.
Yeah. What do we do? Don't worry, guys. I'll just come through the hole in the side of the building.
Hey, guys.
No, we'll let you in. Does it matter?
That's his usual entrance, and the audience claps like he's fucking Kramer coming in. Hey, it's Sid.
Jerry, I need to borrow 3 lemons. What are you even talking about?
Well, I'm out. All right, so they let him in. He immediately... This movie also has like a lot of weird background sounds where people react to sounds that we never even understand what are. That briefly happens, but then Sid pulls a shotgun out and is like, haha, sorry, they made me a deal where I can live forever. It's awesome. I'm not a vampire, but I get the perks. Why would anybody become a vampire if you can just have all the pros and none of the cons? Okay. And
yeah,
he's like, come on in, vampire friends of mine.
At which point, the poopy faces really just show up, don't they?
Oh, my gosh.
These vampires have got poopy faces.
This cadre of vampires, when you see them, you're like, these are the guys you got? I mean, really? I don't blame the vampires, because my understanding of vampires is they're a little choosy. Maybe these guys have got certain skills, but I do blame the casting director for being like, Jeff the vampire? I mean, really?
Looks sexy, Jeff. Jeff looks sexy. And he's like, I caught the cigarettes in my mouth. Right? And so he's like, make a sexy face. He's like, is that sexy? Nope. You look like an idiot.
Jeff, take the teeth out and then let's get a baseline here. Jeff, take the teeth out and then look sexy. No, he just can't do it, can he?
He can't do it, no. It's one of those where they try it like 4 times before they roll because they're worried. And they're like, every time they make a recommendation, he gets stupider looking. And by the time they have to turn the camera on, they're like, fuck, we just got to get something. He's just like, there, cross-eyed, staring at the camera going, is it sexy? Is it? Like, we're putting this in the movie.
Right? Usually I play a Wall Street banker that gets thrown out of a window in the first few minutes of the movie. What am I supposed to do here? God damn it. And then karate ensues because apparently everybody knows karate. Everybody, all the vampires, they don't use vampire powers. They don't fly around here. They don't disappear and Alakapocus, abracadabra. They just go straight into your typical karate fight.
And the vampires don't, like, seem to use their super strength or any of their powers until they've been kicked in the face a few times. Like, I've you know what? Your karate's pretty. I have to fight you unhonorably like a vampire now. And then he'll, like, just keep kicking him. And then they're shitty vampires.
They're shitty vampires. Really shitty vampires. Anyways, little Don has been stashed into his little hidey hole that I talked about earlier, but then he comes out because he's like, Mommy, I hear you getting punched in the face. And so the parents go down. They find in his hidey hole that he's escaped from the list of secret families.
Yes. And I wrote down the note, no, not the list of secret families.
Right?
Then Poopy Face the First is like, ha 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 ha. Am I sexy? No. And then he burns the list of secret families in the fireplace, and you're like, oh my god. Wait a second, that looked like it was mass produced. It had golden. It was pressed with golden foil accents. Sure enough, there's like 100 copies of these.
Yep, it's on Amazon. You can get it at Barnes and Noble. I mean, the list of secret families: the Thompsons, the Roberts, the Parkers. What?
Yeah.
Who? What?
This is also a discount book. If you want to spend a little extra, you can get the secret list of secret families. And then if you really fork out some bucks, you get the unauthorized secret list of secret families. Yeah. Some of those secret families don't even want to be in there.
Shh. That part's also secret. It's part of the challenge is figuring out which families don't want to be in the list of secret families. I know it's not the Parkers. Those guys are always talking about getting put in a book of list of secret families. It's like all they can talk about. You go down to the diner and it's fucking Bill Parker's like, hey, did you guys know I was in the list of secret families? Yeah, fuck those guys.
Could you imagine working for the people that put that book together, calling the secret families to do surveys every couple of years? Hi, this is Steve with the list of secret families publications. I have some questions to ask you, and I don't really know how to do that because none of them make any sense to me.
Plus, also, I'm not sure how secretive we're being right now.
Yeah. Am I being secretive? Would you describe my level of secretivity at a 1 or a 5? And I'm not sure which is good, 1 or 5.
Oh my god! All right. Well, thankfully, Dad pulls the list of secret families out of the fire. It doesn't appear to be damaged in any way.
Well, I think that they've used fire retardant material on the list. It's an all-weather, so it's a mid-level priced. It's still modestly priced version, but it's the mid-level.
It's the condensed one.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, man. Those guys know. Simon and Schuster, they sure know how to do it right.
I thought it was a subsidiary of Penguin that actually did the.
Right. All right, so they send it with the kid, and push him out the window and say, "Get on out of here." Run out into the night. I don't know if they have a plan for if things were to go sideways, like an escape plan for him. If he, go knock on the Parker's door, and say, raise me, or if he just lives on the streets for the next 25 years or whatever the time frame is. But
from the looks of him, he seems completely socially retarded.
Yeah.
The second that he comes out of.
True.
Because what happens really here is it like does the forward cut flash thing, and then it pans up, and you have the worst hairmet you've seen since the late 80s hair bands. Like, he's not in the 90s with his hair.
No. He's got the trench coat, but that hair is not where we're at right now. Metallica has already cut their hair, pal. Kurt is already dead. So yeah, that's all gone. That's all gone, pal. Yeah, you need to cut that hair. We need to have a talk. He's like, oh, I've never talked to anybody before because I've been living on the streets this whole time. And like, I don't fucking understand this movie. Anyways, I gotta get going on this because my questions about Don the Dragon Wilson's character, Jack Cutter, are so deep. Anyways, he finds the vamps, Doofus Vamp 1 and his team in a restaurant. Then I think that they're enjoying vintage blood, or are they enjoying vintage wine?
I think they're enjoying mediocre wine because they're idiots.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like, whoa, how do you like this Windmere Farms 1987? It's an exquisite vintage. No, it's on every shelf at every grocery store ever.
She's like, 1986. That was a bloody good year. So that's why the only reason I'm like, are they drinking blood? Are they commenting on like the succulentness of, or are they just assholes?
I think they're both. Because you wouldn't, I don't know, blood aging doesn't seem like that would be any good.
I don't know, but I'm not a vampire. Maybe you can put a little grape in it and it, starts to ferment. A little flour, a little bit of barley.
It's just, or you just like freezer bags stored, but it's mostly just a little blood and then the rest of it's just a Bloody Mary.
Okay.
Oh, this is a wonderful year. No, you're just listening. Vampires probably are all parrot heads.
Yeah.
They're just listening to Jimmy Buffett, drinking Bloody Marys, pretending they're on the beach even though they can't go outside. Except in this movie, you don't need to. Should we save most of the rules of vampirism in this film for the end?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. They're bloodsuckers. We can at least reveal that. But he comes in, starts kicking their ass. The frame starts shaking all over the place. I think this is probably the shakiest of all the frames. Eventually, it started settling down a little bit. And then shoots them. Here's his weapons. He's got a double-barreled shotgun, which is not a good weapon when really ever. It looks cool. It makes that cool clicky sound, but you got 2 rounds. That's it. It's great for duck hunting, right? And then he's got 2 pistols. What do those look like? Walthers?
The 2 pistols seem to be nickel-plated 1911 45s.
Yeah.
1911s.
And bullets don't work on him. So he's got karate and tools that don't do anything because he shoots them, they instantly pop back up. So that doesn't work. Why are you using those? He's not Blade. He doesn't have silver coated bullets or anything like that. And then the only way that he kills them is by snapping their necks.
Fortunately, I guess part of vampirism is osteoporosis. Because these vampires' necks break really easy. I'm surprised that they can get out of bed without dying.
Be careful. They part of their coffins that they sleep in have let's just say, they're probably linked in with that My Pillow guy, and they've got custom made My Pillows, and
not even the vampires wanted anything to do with that guy.
Fuck you, buddy. Wait, you're vampires. Yeah, we're better than you.
Yeah, eat shit. The Jets wouldn't even let you buy them.
Right? The Jets. Oh, my God. All right, so during the ruckus, the waitress of the restaurant where they serve vampire blood, maybe, but some crazy shit happens. It's got to happen. She is not a vampire, apparently, and snaps a photo of him because sometimes waitresses want to take pictures of people drinking their product, whether it's wine or blood. I'm not real sure, because she's like, would you like me to take your picture at a restaurant? No.
Yeah, dude, that was a thing in LA for a while. I remember I was in Orange County with my aunt when I was like 13 or 14, and a lady walked by and said that. I looked at my aunt and she's like, yeah, they're still doing that. I'm not sure why.
Huh. Okay. Weird.
I guess it makes you feel, if you're on cocaine, is that the answer to everything in the 90s in LA is, I guess, cocaine.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay. All right. So she's got a picture of him. She gives it to the cops after they come and investigate the death scene in this restaurant. So now they're on to Jack Cutter. The next morning, he gives what appears to be some dog food to a bum.
I said, what I wrote down is that he gives $27 worth of almonds to a homeless man.
Yeah, it was either almonds.
Because it's a large bag of almonds.
Yeah, I couldn't tell what this shit was, but he lives in a warehouse that is supposed to be a warehouse, but could probably be turned into a studio apartment that would get, like, the rent in 1995 would probably still be $1,500 a month. And then he climbs down the fire escape ladder, sees the bum that lives next to him, who just goes,
yeah. It's not a real bum.
Have some almonds.
It's a huge bag. And the bum's like, oh, thank you. And instead of what a bum would really do and be like, I want those almonds. Give me $20 or some booze.
Yeah. But
hard drugs.
Maybe he didn't catch it, but the bum can't talk. He just goes, blah, blah, blah.
There's a lot of like voiceover of just noises in this movie. The WWW struggling sounds make Schwoz look like Academy Award efforts.
Yes.
Like the in Conan that won't stop is a little odd. His is awful. He's just like, constantly.
Yep. All right. So while he's giving some almonds to a bum, the cops see him. They give him the stink eye, like, are you giving almonds to? Oh wait, no, that's the guy we're supposed to be looking for. They end up chasing him, and on foot and on car, and they're giving shout outs over the CB radio that it's not even the back to dispatch. It's just they're sending all the commands over the CB radio, and a reporter is driving around, and she hears it, and she's like, I gotta go find this guy because I'm right in that area. And she does. She finds him by running his ass over.
Yep, runs right into him.
He springs up pretty quick, though, even though her windshield is completely shattered. And she jumps in her car and is like, where you heading, baby? And she's like, wherever you're going. And he's like, okay, let's ditch these cops. And so she takes off, drives around, does a pretty good job at ditching the cops. But the cops at this point have just been like, hey, stop, freeze, mister. But then as soon as he gets in her car, the guns come out and they're shooting rounds on the highway, which, what are you doing, dude? He hasn't done anything. He hasn't shot at you guys. He's done nothing to harm the police at all. You pull guns, start shooting at him on a very busy highway. And then even if that wasn't too far, they fucking shoot the reporter.
Yeah, it looks like she's not going to make it. She gets shot through the back and it comes all the way through her chest.
Shoot the hostage. They shot the hostage.
That's what happens if you just start shooting willy-nilly. Somebody that shouldn't get shot gets shot.
So basically, this is the most accurate scene in the movie.
Yeah, they use this in training. Yeah. Like, are we going to watch Night Hunter? It's awesome. They're like, yeah, it is. We're gonna talk about that later. This is my favorite movie. This is why you shoot willy-nilly.
Oh my God. Yep. Oh Jesus. So she crashes. He takes her back to his place, which I guess is right next to where they crashed. Fortunately, they just drove in a circle. He's like, okay, this reporter's been shot in the boob. I should take her up to my warehouse.
The question mark is in the shot where she's hit by the bullet. It's definitely in between her rib cage and her waistline.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets her back to the apartment and he opens her shirt and I'm like, so he's not going to help her. He's just going to rape her before she dies. And then it's like, boob, boob, boob. There's no sign of a gunshot. It's just like kind of a goopy boob.
Uh-huh.
And then he dumps some hydrogen peroxide on it. And she wakes up and she's like, you healed my gunshot wound. And he's like, accidentally. I was just cleaning off your boob so I could play with it while you were dying.
Right. I thought maybe it was Grail water because there is a frame where it bubbles up just like Sean Connery's gunshot wound in Last Crusade.
Yeah.
And then washes away the bullet is implied. I'm guessing it's supposed to be holy water or something.
They call it serum later, so
Yeah.
it's probably vampire spit or something stupid.
Right? Yeah. I don't fucking get it. All right. So, the head vamp.
Who can't get his glasses straight.
Yeah.
Did you notice that? That
Yeah,
in
right.
one shot they're straight, but in every other shot they're just like at a slant, something fierce.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. He is. He doesn't have a name, I don't think. But he's the king of the vampires because the vampires.
Would he then not be Dracula?
He might be Dracula.
If he's king of all the vampires, he's Dracula.
Yeah, I guess.
They're just not paying for the name, or they think they might have to, so they've avoided it.
Oh man, this movie kind of would have been better if they just paid. Like
Paid someone better at making movies to make it.
yeah, right. Or if he'd been explicitly Dracula, because it would have seemed like, oh man, we've got some consequences here. We've got some big impact stuff that could happen in this movie, but he's just
It's
a
high-
douche.
It's high stakes, whereas without naming him Dracula, you've got an inept man boy smashing dorks.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Barely.
He's just a doofus. Like, he's lame.
And the King Dracula, this guy's a dork.
Uh-huh.
Like, this guy, you see him and you're like, this is the guy? No, I play online with this guy twice a week.
Right. It's like Crispin Glover in The Frighteners when he's not being a psychopath. Like, at the beginning, you're like, no, you're just a dork. And then you realized about a third of the way through the movie, oh, wait, no, we got Crispin Glover, so he's good in stuff.
Yeah.
This guy is just that sort of doofus and not Crispin Glover.
This guy usually gets 2 lines and he's playing an accountant.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so he gets word about all the bloody mess at the restaurant and that they're hunting the night hunter, Jack Cutter. So then he sees a picture of the reporter lady and has this flashback where he's wearing a powdered wig and she's there and he's like speaking Paris talk to her and like kind of like that scene in The Mummy with the mummy and his old flame and thinking that she's Rachel Weisz.
Yeah, this is really just out of Dracula,
Mm-hmm.
only crappy.
Right.
And she's like really not that hot. That's the real problem with
The reporter lady?
the reporter lady.
Man, I thought she
really
was a
not
smoke
that.
show.
Okay, well, I'm just putting her against the 2 vampire girls. I'm like, whoa,
Oh,
not
no.
even close.
No way, man. Oh, I
Okay.
think she's those Guess jeans. Rawr, rawr.
Oh yeah, I think that she has a stunning figure, but I like her face kept like. She just makes weird faces, and I didn't like it.
She was the third and final. Oh God, with that race, not Rhodian. She was on Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Yeah.
for a lot of it. I think she was the most popular third actor that played one particular character whose name I can't remember because it's been a few years since I've seen Deep Space Nine. But yeah, I thought she was quite scrumptious. Anyways, so I don't know if she's supposed to be Lucy from Dracula.
Well, I couldn't really tell because when he was doing his French thing, it was obvious that he didn't speak French and he was just making noises.
Yeah.
So he was like, like he's some sort of like, who are you? You're an accountant, Dracula, Pepe Le Pew? This is not working.
Oh my God. Okay, so he's like, he calls a meeting. And he's like, all right, here's the deal. The 4 families of the United States vampires are dead because they were all in LA having brunch and some fucking shitty guy killed them. And the French vampire's like, no! What? I guess the lady was her lover or something, even though she was clearly up the doofus's ass.
Yeah,
Like,
I think she's just a hothead.
Yeah. She flies off the handle. And King Vamp, who we didn't pay for the rights to say his real name, is like, sit down. I want vengeance, and what are we doing? We're just sitting here. And he's like, sit down. I mean, seriously? I just found out 3 seconds ago, and we haven't even got a plan to murder everybody. Sit down. And she's like, okay. And then 2 seconds later gets up and walks away.
Yeah, I know. She's like, I'll sit down for a second. And he's like, all right, let's come up with a plan.
Let her
and
go.
she's like, no.
Just
and
let
then
her
leaves.
Like, what kind of fucking family of vampires is this? Oh my God. All right. So he's like, all right, so here's the plan. We're gonna feed and breed, baby. Feed and breed.
What are we going to do about the teenager with the shotgun that is misinformed but quite dangerous? Nothing.
Feed and breed.
I guess she's going to handle that because she's so pissed off.
Yeah, the one vampire who's wearing coveralls thinks that they're going to go down to the farm supply store. Oh, feed and breed. I love that place. Oh, get me some new Carhartts.
I hear they got those fence posts for $6. Yeah.
Yeah, I need some, feed and breed. Okay, all right. I don't know. Maybe that wasn't the best joke in the world.
Well, anything that leads up to bargains on fence posts is a good joke to me.
All right. So the reporter, she wakes up, and he's like, "All right. So, yeah, I did stare at your bosoms. I stripped you naked because you're only wearing a blanket right here. I don't know if that was necessary or not. But I have seen your naked bod." And she's like, okay, well, I'm fine with all that, but why are you killing people? And he's like, because they're vampires. And she's like, huh.
And she's like,
okay.
I'm checking out mentally right now. I was trying to get past your hair because I think you might be kind of sexy, but the crazy and the hair together, nope,
Yep,
sorry.
It's past the line, bud. But your vampire story kind of checks out. And she's like, well, did you kill them all? And he's like, yeah, I got the last ones. Even though she's looking through his checklist book, the book of secret families.
Yes.
And there's clearly names that have not been crossed off. And
sure.
And he's like, yep, got them all. Really? Because the Parkers are still out there.
Oh, what the Bloodlustensteins? These ones sound bad, not crossed off.
No, I got them all. It's done. I'm ready to go to Disneyland.
Not to mention that's like the second. It's not even a recent edition.
Uh-huh.
It's like a 10-year-old edition of the mediocre version of the book.
Right? Oh my God. And then he exposes to us that the only way to kill vampires is to break their backs. Wait, break their backs? So what's with all the neck snapping? Yeah, I know it's all spinal stuff, but if they get in a car accident and, are paralyzed from the waist down, they die? Even though
They die.
nothing is connected to anything important from the waist down? No
Or-
offense to paraplegics. I mean, because my brother's one, and yeah, I'm sure that the wiener's not real happy. But that's a weird topic to be on. Is my
Weird topic.
brother's wiener. But vampires dying from their backs being broken? That doesn't seem
Yeah.
like it lines up.
No, like minor fractures. Stuff that happens to people that work construction.
Right?
That's why vampires don't work construction.
Uh-huh.
They die.
Yeah, that feed and breed guy. He's his time is coming. Farming accidents.
Fence post? That sounds dangerous, Steve. Oh, it's not too bad if you're careful. And then he bumps into a chair and dies.
I always hated him. I'm glad he's gone.
No, the carpet.
Why did we ever make a farmer a vampire? That was
Yeah.
whew, the 80s, am I right?
The farmersonly.com commercials got to him. They're like, these farmers are picking up hot chicks. We should bring some in.
All right, so the vampires, they've gone and fed. They found a family of 4 and ate them up pretty good, I guess. And then King Vamp, he sends Sid to get his brothers. He's like, the cops have got our 4 brothers. You know what to do. Dude, I'm Sid. I don't know what to do. Just
What do I do?
Just tell me. What do you want? Do you want me to go get their corpses? Why would we do that? They're dead. We can't bring them back. Sid, goddammit, stop asking so many questions. I'm weird, okay? All right, I'll try to go get 4 dead guys out of the morgue, I guess. I mean, don't forget I'm Sid.
Yeah.
Hello?
Go get your tools, Sid. They're right here. What are those? Well, I got an online. I called the 1-800 number, and I'm a television VCR repairman.
Yep.
You've got the wrong guy.
I've got. Here's my tools. I've got a brick cell phone and a fastback Mustang convertible. That's my tools.
The only tool I have left in my arsenal is this 8-ball of cocaine
Right?
that I'm not using for this.
Send a vampire. They've got superpowers. You're sending Sid to carry 4 bodies out of the morgue? Why? Why do you
No,
even
it
have
doesn't.
him?
It doesn't make sense because the reason that you'd have a human in your employ is if you can't go around in the day.
Uh-huh.
They are walking around in the daytime. Sunglasses are fine.
Right.
That's all you need is a pair of not even Ray-Bans.
Uh-huh.
Those are gas station glasses.
Yep. Okay. All right. So a tender moment is interrupted between the reporter and Jack Cutter. It seems like she's about to jump his bod because he's sad. But then the French vampire is on the roof.
Yeah. Before we get into that, if you say Jack Cutter fast enough, it becomes different words, like jacketer.
Jacketer, yeah.
Jacketer. Did you also notice at one point that they called him Cutter Bleeds?
No?
I heard that twice, and I don't know what the hell it was about.
Okay.
Because I wrote down Cutter Bleeds, and then right here I was like, when does she say, what's your name? And he's like, Jack. Is it in this scene?
No, it's like at the end.
Okay, yeah.
So,
I feel like they were calling him Cutter Bleeds
I don't know.
through the first part of the movie. I don't
Weird.
know. I cannot confirm or deny it.
They
But
also
the
call-
lady vampire.
They call him the boy a lot, too. The boy, the hunter.
I like the boy because he's a young Don the Dragon,
Mhm.
but the thing about young Don the Dragon is that this is his second career.
Yeah.
So he's never really young. I love it when a guy close to 40 is trying to play 21.
Right? The boy. Yeah, so the French vampire, she comes in. Her battle tactics are quite strange. She just runs in a circle around him going, ah! for about
These are
5
these are
minutes.
cat sounds.
Mhm.
These are cat sounds overdubbed, and it's like,
Yep.
it sucks.
And eventually, then she just starts kicking his ass. Like, she's got him on the ropes. She's even got a grip around his neck at one point and holding him in the air, which is the first of many times that happens to our illustrious vampire hunter. But then she's like, you killed my woman, so now I'm going to kill yours. And gives up on killing him and goes over to the reporter and is like, hey, you're kind of hot. And then Dawn the Dragon Wilson has enough time to grab a shotgun and shoot her. And she's like, ow, I'm out of here. Vampires are now weak to gunfire, even though in the opening shootout, they weren't.
They have demonstrated an annoyance with being shot, at least by this point.
Yeah.
And then
she's like, I got to get out of here or he's going to kill me.
And then
What?
she flies away.
Uh-huh.
So like, oh, these ones can fly, but they're choosy about it.
And then
Now, I don't want to fly if I don't have to, because let's be real, people flying, you're going to run into shit.
now,
It's going to hurt.
if we were watching Blade, we would then have a scene where Blade discusses what's his next move. I got to track some of these bloodsuckers. That doesn't happen in this movie. He shoots a vampire and she runs away after coming to his house, mind you. And where his reporter now girlfriend is living and doesn't have vampire hunter powers, and he's like, jump cut to me hunting a vampire in a nightclub.
Yeah.
No repercussions happened at all. And so he finds this random guy. They fight in the bathroom. He shoots him a bunch of times and then chases him into the alley. Dawn the Dragon Wilson's getting his ass kicked again. But then, fortunately, there's a ladder, and vampires are notoriously confused by them because if you can get their head inside the ladder, they think that they're trapped and can't move.
Huh. Is this the part where the guy gets behind him with the crowbar or something and goes, all right, Mr. Hunter, how would you like to learn what it feels like to get your neck, bro?
Yeah, I think this is that scene.
That is the weirdest thing, the way that played out.
So this guy dies by ladder. Well, I guess Dawn gives him the old scissor kick and breaks his neck, but is that going to work? Because you said backs earlier. I mean, maybe it's...
Backs, necks, legs. These people are lucky that they're not all dead already.
Uh-huh.
He's like hunting lemmings that are already jumping off the cliff. What do? I'm a lemming hunter. I bet that's hard. It's really hard. They're already jumping off the cliff when I get there.
He finds this key on the ground and picks it up, and I guess he has vampire psychic vision because he then sees a bank building and is like, oh, that's where this key goes. I should go check that out. I also know the address and the crossroads because I've got vampire Google Maps in my brain. And so I'm going to go there. The reporter has left his warehouse apartment and is freelancing now and has gone to the morgue to, I guess, look at dead bodies. And Sid is already there. He's killed the mortician. I don't know what his plan is now. But the head vampire's also there. Like, Sid, go get our brothers. I'll come with you. Is not what was said. Because he's there and is like, Lucy from Dracula, even though I'm not supposed to be Dracula because we didn't pay anybody any money. Come with me. You are exquisite and I love you. And she's like, I don't know you.
I am due on the set of Deep Space Nine in an hour. Makeup takes forever.
And so she runs away from him. She runs into the waiting arms of the greatest character actor who has been cast very poorly as a cop because
Cash?
he is amazingly bad.
Yeah. I can never remember his last name, but his first name is Cash. Yeah, he's good.
He's awful in this movie, though, Sam. He has no business. He is the character actor, again, who should be playing the owner of a small town hardware store.
This is who you get if you can't get John Grease.
Yeah.
And he's blowing it pretty hard here, but everything that's happening around him is so much worse.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's great. So they take her in. They're like, "Hey, you're wanted. So come in with us and tell us about Don the Dragon Wilson." Don, meanwhile, he's gone into this bank, and he's found icy coffins because this is where the vampires from, I guess, Europe had after their meeting and said, "Let's breed and feed." So they go to L.A. and then they set up in an abandoned bank and put up coffins, and that's where they're staying. But they also need it to be really cold, so they've got like frozen pipes and stuff. I don't know what the heck is this stuff.
Was there a winter-themed Anne Rice bullshit, I'm guessing?
I don't know.
Because I feel like in this area, so you got gothiness, shitty music, bad hair, and then for whatever reason, the rest of this Anne Rice vampire period, I feel like, cold was a big part of it. Like, oh, it's sexy and cold. Okay. Cold and sexy. What?
So the movie is trying to make these vampires sexy by having frozen frosty pipes in a building?
High beams, maybe?
I don't know.
High beams don't show through pleather.
Right? That doesn't make sense. The coffins are empty, but the head vampire, he shows up, and downstairs, there's like, "I'll get you," but then Sid's there too. Why is Sid there? I don't understand. Why is Sid in this movie? He has a John Woo style shootout with Sid, and Sid gets shot in the hip, but he's okay. And then the King Vamp whips Don's ass in a fist fight, and then just vanishes. He's like, "Boo."
I'm not as choosy about using my superpowers. Disappear, teleport,
just fucking
something.
kill him. Just fucking kill him.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't kill him.
He's got, like, he reaches out and grabs his shotgun and does that chirp around like, "I'm going to shoot you," and the vampire's not there. Dude, it doesn't work. It doesn't kill you. Take the bullet, walk over, step on his fucking throat.
It's a Scott Evil moment.
Right?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Scott Evil has a lot of teaching a lot of villains to. He's got a lot of teaching to do to a lot of villains.
God damn it. All right. So he's like, "Oh, that's all wrapped up, I guess. I'll just go home." And the reporter and the cop are there, and she's like, "Don't worry, no, he's on our team." He's like, "Yeah, see, I'm on your team," because that's how he talks throughout the movie. Because he's one tough cop, but really he's a hardware store owner. And he's like, "Yeah, let's team up and get these vampires." And so he's like, "Okay, I'll get in your car." Tricked you. You're arrested. You're coming with me, Buster. And then Jack is like, "No, tricked you. You can't arrest me. I'll just back elbow you."
And then he uses his signature catchphrase, "Shakara."
So he's escaped. The cops chase after him again, but it doesn't matter. He goes vampire hunting immediately. Like, jump cut again to him fucking going out hunting in this dive hotel. Where does he get these leads from? He just knows where the vamps are.
They're in the book.
On Friday, this vampire will be in this dive hotel banging hookers. Oh.
Assume everyone on the street in LA is a vampire after 10 p.m.
Oh, okay.
But the names aren't in here. That's fine.
Right.
You're not crossing off the right names anyway.
It's because he doesn't know how to read.
That would not surprise me.
No, it wouldn't. Because, again, did he grow up on the streets?
He did. He taught himself to live by killing. This guy needs real help after this mission is over, like the kind of help that you get at the bin.
He's been walking around, living on the streets, thinking about vampire revenge and just eating almonds all day long.
Yeah. Here, my compadre. Here's a $27 bag of almonds.
All right, so in this hotel, there's much fighting, much more of him getting his ass kicked in the same manners.
Is this there's one fight scene where they're cutting between the fight and the action and the camera like pans away and it just doesn't cut together right at all.
Yeah. Eventually, he uses a window frame to kill this guy, to snap his back, I guess, with a window.
This guy his neck is made of peanut brittle.
Yeah.
This window barely even hits him. This is like, ow.
Right.
That's what you would do if you got and he dies from it.
Vampires. Don't trip. God damn it.
Step on a crack, break your mother's back. Why? Is she a vampire?
All right, so the vamps have shown up at his place because everybody knows where he lives. And the reporter's there, and she's taking a snooze because I guess she lives there now. I don't know. But they kidnap her. She's taken to the vampire king, and he's like, I want to make you my vampire queen. After the eclipse, we're getting hitched, baby. Okay. What's the significance of an eclipse?
I guess they can only breed during an eclipse. If they bite people, those people just die of it. But if they bite them during a total eclipse, they turn into vampires. Highly dubious rule.
If you had, let's just give them the benefit of the doubt. They've got unlimited money, okay? And they can fly anywhere at any given point in time. Or maybe they just fly. How many solar total eclipses can you do, like, in a year?
I don't think it's a yearly thing, right? It's like every 10 years or so, or longer than that.
It's a pretty rare occurrence.
It's rare enough that, like, I can see why someone would write this, because that would actually be able to somewhat curb a vampire population. Otherwise, vampires are the zombie apocalypse that wins in, like, 3 weeks, right?
Right. But still, it's too rare. Like, I think they're dead. I think
if you live forever.
Like hundreds of years. No, they don't. They fucking die when they trip, Sam.
Oh, that's true.
They died out thousands of years ago.
These aren't even real vampires. They're just pretending because the rest of their kind has been dead for thousands of years.
Right.
There was a bad windstorm and they all blew over.
I mean, they're fucking lemmings. Lemmings, the one thing that lemmings have in their favor is that they fuck like bunnies. They've got overwhelming numbers to kill themselves with.
Yeah, not these vampires.
No, they're not going to make it. They're extinct. Okay. So the cop finds some bite marks on a victim, and he's like, what? So that's vampires. Oh, shit, I was wrong. I shouldn't have arrested that guy. So now he's on board. So he goes over to Don's house, and it's like, hey, man, I'm sorry about earlier. We're bros now. How about we try the car thing again? And Don's like, okay, cool. I'll get in your car this time. Oh, okay. Whew, man. I almost thought you were going to arrest me again, and then I was going to have to back elbow you, but I'm glad we're pals. So they drive to the bank. No questions asked. Where do we go? Let's go to this bank. Okay. The solar eclipse is just about to happen. They go inside. They split up, and the French lady, she gets the drop on Don. She's got a gun on him. She's like, oh, wait, you're kind of hot. Maybe we could hook up? And he's like, yeah, we could for a second. I'll give you a big smooch and then blow you away.
Yeah, he honeypots her.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, is she that trashy?
Mm-hmm.
Really? She's taking all comers? Is that what's going on here?
Right.
Way out of his league.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't know. Maybe, like, join me and together we can rule the universe type thing. Our child will be the anti-vampire. I don't know.
No, she's just going to turn him, and
Yeah.
he's going to be a vampire. There'll be a long adjustment period, and then after about 100 years, he won't be as much of a dumbass. It'll take 100 years to undumbass him, though.
I think he walks outside of that bank, and the stairs that are outside trip him up, and he dies immediately.
Dies immediately. She's like, oh, I forgot to mention the osteoporosis sets in immediately.
Oh my god! All right, Sid and the cop have another John Woo style shootout. Lots of running sideways with dual wielding. The cop gets shot, but then Don shoots Sid, and he's like, "Give me some of that serum, bud."
This is what, yeah. I have to do Sid getting shot.
Okay.
Because he doesn't like, he's like, ooh, ooh.
Sid getting shot is awesome. And then even when, like, I'm like, oh, take that, Ben Kingsley, but then he's not dead. I'm like, oh, damn it, that's not a take that, Ben Kingsley. But then when he finds out that he doesn't have any more serum, and he's the realization hits him that he's not going to live forever, he gives us a take that, Ben Kingsley.
Yeah.
It's awesome. When he goes down, he's like, oh no.
I'm finished dying. You can cut.
Right? So then Cutter finds the King Vamp, and they get into a karate fight because the King Vamp knows karate again. No, he doesn't. It's not him. It's not him before him. There's an actual karate vampire.
This guy is Kung Fu-cula.
Right.
He says, I invented the martial arts. And you're like, oh, shit.
He invented karate?
He invented all of the styles. He's Kung Fu-cula, which also could read Kung Fuck You, LA.
Yeah, I invented all the martial arts. Yeah, I don't think you did. Come on.
Well, you didn't invent anything to help bone density, so you're in trouble.
Because he gets the backbreaker.
He puts him in a moderate headlock, and he's, I was going to break your neck, but it broke on its own.
No, he gives him the knee drop, the Bane move.
Yeah.
So the reporter, she's there. She runs to the roof to try to escape the king vampire who wants to marry her.
Is this, after they start rubbing her face, and she's sleeping in a chair, don't you have something better to do? You're just sleeping in a chair. Also, you're a heavy sleeper.
Right?
You're getting molested right now.
That's weird. Yeah, she runs to the roof to escape the vampire. He runs after her. He's about to get her. But then Dawn shows up. They have a big fight. And he gets thrown off the roof and dies in hilarious fashion.
I laughed out loud.
It's awesome.
Then backed it up and watched it 2 more times.
It is so
because
amazing.
of how bad it was. And it sucks to have to back up with the streaming service. It's not like her whining. It's a fucking shit show. It barely works at all. And I braved those white waters twice to see this shitty dummy work.
It's amazing. Usually you cut away from the dummy before he hits the ground. You don't shoot it this way. You shoot it from above, okay? You don't have a guy on the ground and be like, okay, throw the dummy at me, I'll get the shot. Then the reverse shot is them up on the roof looking down. They're like 15 stories up. Whereas this dummy clearly drops from about a 3-story building. It doesn't line up. It's amazing. I mean, it's not even high up enough to bounce. Yeah, we know vampires are pretty fragile, and that one didn't make it. But come on, man, get a real dummy, get a real shot, get a real tall building. Let's do this right.
You're not ready for it because it seems like he breaks his neck and kills him,
right?
But then he picks him up over his head and makes this maniac face, and then he does it, and it happens, and you're like, holy shit, that's terrible.
This might be my favorite bad dummy. I mean, the bad dummy in Beastmaster with the kid is pretty bad, but this one is real bad because it's not the dummy's fault. It's the people around the dummy's fault.
It's so bad that the price of admission is worth it for this moment.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And that's the end. They walk away. Yep.
They're like helping the cop who's been shot a couple times, and it's like, oh, we made it out of there, but no one cares. Busy streets of LA happens every day.
Right.
Credits.
Where does he go from here? Question 1. He doesn't know how to read. He's only been eating almonds his entire life. He lives in a warehouse that he can't afford. Like, somebody's going to find him squatting in there and be like, you're out of here, bud. And then where does he go? I think he's on a one-way trip to being homeless. His next move is bum.
No, I'm thinking that in the story world here, the reporter and the cop help him into the bin.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, here's your options, bud.
Uh-huh.
He has to take you to jail. You are a danger to yourself and everyone around you. If we all three work together on this, we can get you in a state facility that will maybe be able to help you.
Yeah, and then he's going to have a rubber room because he's gonna lose it a little bit in there and think that all of his fellow roommates are vampires. And
I'm thinking this guy needs 2 years of the rubber room before he's ready for a bathrobe.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Sarah Connor, be damned. All right, and then the reporter just goes back to working for the Times and reporting on traffic.
She's writing for the Inquirer or the Weekly World News or something, right?
Yeah, she's got to now. You put out a vampire story. Whether it was true or not, lady, your career's over.
Well, that's what she says at the beginning. She's like, we don't write real stories.
Oh, that's true.
She writes for like Weekly World News or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, so she keeps writing about vampires.
So I guess narcolepsy is compatible with her career path.
All right, what are the rules to these vampires?
So that's my question too. Okay. You have osteoporosis.
Mm-hmm.
You can fly, but you don't want to because osteoporosis.
Right. The takeoff is tricky. The landing is real scary.
Have super strength, but then osteoporosis.
Mm-hmm.
You can walk around in the day, but if your eyes see sunlight, I think you explode.
Yeah, well, sort of, because that's Dracula's death happens so fast. But he does take his sunglasses off, and he's like, owie! But he doesn't explode, and then he gets chucked off a roof.
Well, he immediately turns away from the sun. So apparently the only way to explode is to stare directly into the sun.
Okay.
Which is making... Without osteoporosis, these vampires are invincible. Nigh invincible because of their day-walking abilities. However...
And their immunity to bullets, and I'm guessing silver.
Yeah. As long as you don't shoot them in the back... I mean, come on, break their back. It seems like dead center massing these people would take them out half the time.
Yeah, right? Yeah, shotgun will blow a spine up pretty good.
Pretty good.
So maybe he's not ill-equipped. He's... Oh, man, I don't fucking know. These vampires don't work. They can't.
No, their osteoporosis makes them huntable by a toddler with a broomstick.
Yeah. And then again, they have to feed and breed, and if they get shot, they have to feed, which I guess kind of lines up. It's like a blood transfusion, whatever. But really, if they're not getting shot, they just hang out. Like, maybe they're not a problem, pal. It's just a blood feud between vampire hunters and vampires. Like, if you guys just were like, all right, we really need to just sit down and have a chat and sign some truce stuff. We're not even eating people. We're not even doing anything. If we only eat people because you shoot us. Stop shooting us and we'll stop eating people because we don't need to eat people. We'll have like liver pate. We'll eat cow. We'll be like you. It'll be fine just because we're vampires. Yes, we get to live forever, but dude, think about the contributions we can make to like art and music and science. Because we live forever, and so we learn stuff, and we can work on stuff. Why are you hunting us?
Why are we hunting you? Why can't we all just get along?
Why can't we all just get along? L.A., 1992. That's what this movie's about. Rodney King. It's a social commentary on police brutality. Literally, because there's police brutality in it.
There's police brutality in the movie.
I got nothing else, Sam. What do you got?
No, that's my only. I think that rules question mark written large enough to take up 2 lines.
Yeah, it's very strange. And all could have been settled and avoided if they just had some pie together. No. Final recommendations then, Sam. What you got?
I got a 51% due. I'm standing behind the dummy fall at the end is worth the price of admission. Just know that you're eating a whole bowl of oatmeal for that cherry at the bottom, and there's a couple raisins if you like raisins, and then the ooh getting shot. There's some really dumb stuff that happens. It's not a wild ride. It's not a great time, but it's worth it just for the dumb shit.
Yeah, I think that I'm way past you. I liked it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. When the dumb shit happens, you're like, it's the icing on the cake, because I think the story itself and how poorly everyone was cast and like all the idiot plot to it would have been a do for me anyways. And enough to tide you over between the kablam bonkers moments. And there's enough kablam bonkers moments that I'm like, yeah, no, this was awesome. I also liked last week's movie. I don't know why you guys threw it under the bus so much.
Oh, you liked it? I think I actually predicted that on the show, that I was like, he hates these Charles Bronson's movies. By logic, I guess he's going to like this one.
Yeah, I did.
How about that?
Yeah, I was so stupid.
Yeah, I will just admit, though, that like when I was watching it, I was like, I'm going to have to give this a don't. And then that dummy thing happened, and I was like, oh, it's a do.
Yeah. I could see it, because it does have that mid-90s Jeff Fahey DTV tone to it that a lot of the times I'm like, nope, don't like it.
Oh, no.
But I did. I thought this one was dumb as shit.
And you get some really bad fighting. Instead of what you'd get in the Jeff Fahey movie is soft R scenes, like a bunch of them, until you're like, oh my God, if I see those tits again, I'm going to report them to the commission of tits that have been seen too many times.
That's a department that I could be appointed to. Hey, Joe, you need a director.
We need to bring in an expert.
Natasha Henstridge is our spokesperson.
Yeah. Hey, Chief. What are you guys doing? Drawing your tits from memory. Right. That's what we're doing.
That's all you do here. All right. Let's get your annual report. It's just Anne Hathaway's boobs again.
Is this some kind of bust? I guess.
All right, that'll wrap it up for this week. We'll see if I'm going to be on the show next week. Probably not. I don't think we can pawn off our son.
I think we're going to do Tyler next week.
Okay, all right. So you'll have a new
and
guest.
And then maybe Tucker's back after that.
Yeah. You got an idea on what you guys are going to be watching?
I gave him a notice that he had to pick the movie about 4 days ago, and he hasn't picked yet. So,
okay. All right. Well, good luck to you.
He said he's trying to like thumb through, and I was like, I think I just need to tell him, tell me what you think you're picking. I'll tell you if we've done it or not, because he's trying to go through the index. I'm like, the list is really long, bud. Yeah. You're going to be at that for a while if you're going to look at what we've already done.
Good luck, Sam. I hope the fans have a great week. I miss you guys. Still love hearing from you, and I'm still doing the write-ups and the social media. So do I. I do see all that stuff. I just don't. I can't do the show and talk about blowjobs and tits I've seen from memory in front of a kid. So have a great week, guys. Get to the chopper.